Hello, the PSN community. I'm Asif, the community manager, and today we are joined by my very good friend, Neil Walton from the HMO GUY'S. Neil is our featured guest speaker at our next online event on Tuesday, the 28th of November. Welcome, Neil. It is great to have you. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm amazing. Even better now I'm speaking to you. So could you actually tell our lovely viewers what exactly you do?
Yeah, so the HMO GUY'S, we're a letting specialist predominantly. We do little bits of sourcing and we do little bits of refurb work. But overall, we're predominantly a letting solution for HMO landlords. We specialise predominantly in accommodation for 20 or 18 to 35-year-olds across Greater Manchester. We cover Greater Manchester, Cheshire and South Manchester. We've got a little bit in North Manchester as well, sort of Oldham and Rochdale. We were a startup business just over 4 years ago, or probably just over 4.5 years ago now. And we started with one house and 9 rooms that we managed over in Prestwich in North Manchester. And today we manage somewhere in between 500 and 600 rooms across the region. We're now a team of sort of 6 people. And we've grown purely through reputation and doing a good job, because we've done some proactive marketing or little bits of proactive marketing, but if I'm honest, very little. We sort of go to networking events, make friends with people, do a good job for people, and then let the rest of it, that do the job for us, really, if I'm honest.
Amazing, an incredible journey, an incredible story, and I can't wait for you to share it. But what exactly are you going to be speaking about at the event?
So at the event, I've been thinking about this quite a lot, actually, if I'm honest. And although some little bits of it might change, I think the best thing for me to talk about with you guys is, first of all, how to keep your occupancy levels high in your HMO, because the key to you making profit or cash flow from your HMO is occupancy. And there's some key ways that you can make sure that stays on top, because a void can just kill your cash flow. I'm going to talk about how you make sure that your product is tenant led, because one of the key things that we do as an agent is we make sure that our products are all tenant led. They're designed with a tenant in mind, they're managed with a tenant in mind, and we make sure that the tenant is the most important person. Because if you look at the whole situation, although you as landlord pay your end suppliers and pay us and things like that, what actually happens is the tenant pays the bills, but you sign the check.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. So you've touched on it a little bit, but why should people come down and listen to you talk as well?
So come down, listen to us talk, because do you know what? I can help you get your occupancy levels high. I can help you decide which is the right managing agent for you, and whether a managing agent would add more value, because often HMO investors see a managing agent as a cost, when actually the value that's added is a completely different proposition. So sometimes, cheap isn't always cheaper, to be honest. So your best quality product isn't your cheapest product, and the old saying, if you buy cheap and you buy twice. We've taken over properties that have been from self-managed landlords. Some of them have been very well managed, some of them have been sort of managed on the side, which hasn't had the attention or detail it maybe needs. We've taken over properties that have been managed by high street agents, or maybe agents that claim to be a bit specialist in it. And again, we've turned it around. So a good example, we took over a 12-bed property in Salford quite recently, or in the last 6 months, and we increased its cash flow by 30% in the first 6 months, just by using our processes to do it, and blew the other agent out of the water. So although our fees were a little bit more than the other agent, we increased the cash flow by 30%, thus being cheaper than the other agent overall.
That's a great way to look about that. Sorry. That's a great way to look about it. So one of the things that I like to do with our guest speakers, or anybody who comes onto the show, is play a little bit of a game and get to know them behind the property. And I call this or that. So what I'll do is I'll give you 2 options. Option 1 might be apple. Option 2 might be banana. And you just have to quickly say which one you prefer. So number 1, this is a hard one for quite a lot of people.
So we're not talking about a phone then? Okay, that's fine.
No. Coffee or tea?
Coffee, no.
Staying in or going out?
Oh, both.
Got to choose one.
Depends on what day it is. Weekends going out, Weekdays staying in.
Nice answer. Facebook or Instagram?
Is there not like a neither option?
If you had to choose one, whether it's for personal or business.
Instagram, because you don't have to talk to people as much.
Okay. Success or happiness?
So I think your happiness is a measure of success. I think that you should have both of them, because money, again, like, so I'm going to say happiness, because I think if you're happy, you're experiencing success in life in general.
That's a great way to put it. And finally, would you rather travel in time or be able to fly?
Travel in time.
And where would you go?
I would so deep and meaningful. I'd go back to me 10 years ago and tell myself to grow a pair and give up my job sooner.
Amazing advice. Well, Neil, you've been absolutely fantastic. Is there anything else that you'd like to add for our lovely viewers?
No, just that I'd look forward to meeting everybody. And if anybody has any questions in the meantime, or wants to say hello to me in the meantime, give me a shout.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time, Neil. So, PSN community, if you loved what Neil talks about today, then please join us on 28th of November online. We're also joined by Giuseppe Leone, a rent-to-rent HMO expert based in Bristol. He will show you how to do rent-to-rent in the correct way. And of course, we're also joined by the team from finance who will be ready to answer any of your funding and finance queries. Tickets are completely free and can be obtained from our website, www.thepsn.co.uk. But for now, goodbye, keep being amazing, and we'll see you very soon.